Hello and thanks for joining me on the Ghanaian Farmer YouTube channel. My name is Enyunam. If this is your first time watching this channel, make sure you subscribe and also press the notification button so you get to see all videos we upload every week. To be able to farm all year through in Ghana or in every part of the globe where there is farming activities ongoing, you need continuous supply of water. And in this recent times when you have challenges with global warming and climate changes, it's becoming more and more difficult for farmers to plant or to grow their crops. So today we caught up with one of the team members in Navik Company Limited to tell us more about borehole drilling specifically for farmers. Jude, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Now, do we have types of borehole that we drill?
Yeah, we have types of borehole. We have commercial, and then we have ones for the domestic as well. And then sometimes, depending on the ground formation, there are different types of borehole. Some may be just rock drilling, and then some may be mud. So these are the categories and then the types of borehole that we have.
So can you drill borehole any place?
Okay, borehole can be drilled everywhere.
Okay.
But then it's the yield of water that may not be guaranteed. At a certain place, the yield may be enough, and then at another location, it may not be enough. Yeah, but no matter, everywhere you can drill a borehole. So before you drill a borehole, you need to do some checks and balances to know whether you get water or not.
So assuming I invite you to my farm, in let's say Nkoko, to come and drill borehole for me, what are the basics that you look out for to be able to determine that it's possible to drill a borehole here and have access to water?
Okay, so the first thing we do is when you tell us you need a borehole, we find out from you where is the location. Then we look into our archives because normally we put records. So the first thing we look at is the record and see whether we have drilled around that place or drilling have gone out on other place to see whether you have enough yield of water. Then from there, we have to do what we call the 3D survey. The 3D survey lets us know where we will get the aquifer zone. I'm looking at in the water table where you would hit the water and then the depth to drill. So with this, we can read the report from the 3D survey to see whether the client will have enough water, the probability of getting enough water, and also the depth. So with that result, we can give the client an advice on whether to drill or not, or whether we are supposed to drill more boreholes, or whether we are supposed to drill one and then after maybe do something we call fragging.
Okay. How many days does it take to drill one borehole?
Just a day. Okay.
Now with regards to the analysis you talked about, and of course testing of the first water that you get, does it include the packages you give to the clients?
Yes, it includes the packages. Okay. So what we normally do is if we want to do 3D, we normally do 3D if looking at our archives, we are not getting vivid, or let me say a concrete information at your area. So we opt for 3D, or maybe we have a concrete evidence that we won't have enough water. So what we'll do is we'll do the 3D survey. So the 3D survey will give us a report. With the 3D survey, we'll get to know the probability of getting water or not. I don't know whether I've answered you.
Yes. I got it. Now, a lot of people, especially farmers who are abroad and farmers who want to go into commercial farming and are hoping to plant the whole year, they hire the services of some borehole drilling companies to come and drill for them. Now, as a company, when you get on grounds, after getting to know the location, checking your archives, doing your analysis, how do you get to know that this water I'm going to drill has this quantity of salt and it has to be treated, or it doesn't have salt and it's good to just drill and go?
Okay, so there are some types of 3D survey that will give you an idea of the salinity of the water in the ground. But the best way, I'm not saying that it's not giving you a best solution.
Okay.
But the best way to tell the salinity of the water or the salt content is when drilling has been done.
Okay.
Yes. But if during our 3D survey we realize that the salinity is too much, we just advise you on that. But then, like I said, the best is after drilling is done. Then the water sample is taken to the lab for all the elements in the water to be read.
Okay, so when the element is taken to the lab, how many days does it take?
Okay, to the lab, actually they have the express and then they have the regular.
Okay.
Regular takes 2 weeks.
Okay.
Then the express is 2 days.
Okay, so how much does each of them cost? The express and then the regular?
Okay. Okay,
no,
so
an average.
An average,
yes.
Okay. So averagely, the express is 5 to 7.
Okay.
And then 5 to 700 Ghana cedis. And then the regular is 3 to 500.
Okay. So in this case, when you take the sample of the water to the lab, and you are told that there is salt content or the amount of salt in the water is very high, what happens and who bears the cost for treatment and all that? Okay,
so the client bears the cost for treatment.
Why?
Because salt treatment is a different package on its own. It's different from the borehole drilling. And truth be told, sometimes salt treatment is more expensive than the borehole drilling. Because for some types of treatment, you will need a plant. You need a plant that is positioned to do the treatment.
Okay.
Yes, so that's it.
So does it mean the 3D analysis and all that, you are not able to tell, pre-tell that there is going to be salt in this particular water?
Okay, so from the onset, what I was saying is that the 3D, not all 3D tells us this, but there are some that can give you an indication that there is salt.
Okay.
But to confirm, the drilling has to be done. Because for us to test or to treat your water, we are not looking at only the salt.
Okay.
Actually, the salt content is more of something we call TDS, total dissolved solid.
Right.
We are not looking at that only. There can be other elements in the water that also needs to be treated, like chloride, like maybe iron, hardness, and what have you.
Okay.
Yeah, and that one we can only get the right quantity for that when we do the testing. Okay.
Yeah. If you drill a borehole for me, how long will I keep getting water for?
Okay. It's dependent.
Okay, I'm using it for my farm.
All right. So it's all dependent on the yield you are getting.
Okay.
But a borehole can last at least 10-15 years.
10-15 years.
At least.
Okay.
It can even last more than that. I'm giving the list.
Yeah.
So it can last 20 years plus. Yeah. What normally affects borehole is the pump.
Okay, so there are some
the problem that you have to do some maintenance.
How often do I do a maintenance on my borehole?
For a pump to get spot, it is one dependent on the type of pump.
Okay.
And then two to your electrical stability.
Okay.
Yes. Sometimes the electricity is not too stable, it destroys the pump. So many a time when we are doing pump installation, we add a breaker. Okay. So that if there's any electrical fault which will destroy the pump, the breaker will stop it.
Okay.
Yes. So
but how often do you people visit the farmer or the landlord you drill a borehole for to find out maintenance? Reminders of maintenance. Do you come or we have to call you? And how often within a year? How many times do you visit to check on?
Okay, so with the maintenance of borehole, it's relative.
Okay.
There are some that have drilled borehole and for 5 years they've not had any issue.
Okay.
Some will also drill and just within 2 months they have an issue. Yes.
Okay.
So what we do is we normally, not that we visit your site, but we normally call. We call. But if we call and then
everything is okay,
then we'll call maybe another time.
Okay.
But then if the client is having an issue, they also sometimes call. And for us, our package includes aftermath
services.
Aftermath services.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Aftermath services like diagnosing a problem, but not fixing it.
Okay.
We only fix it if it's a minute thing.
Problem. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So sometimes we visit our clients when they say they have a problem to diagnose what the issue is. And sometimes, should be told, it's just a minor problem.
All right, so I saw some soil back there, and I saw levels of it. What does that mean when you are drilling a borehole for a farmer, for instance?
Okay, so for whenever we are drilling a borehole, we take the soil samples, and then we arrange them. The arrangement is normally dependent on the length of the rod. So it tells us the level of soil in the ground, the types of rock or the type of soil in the ground. And with that, we would be able to know the number of pipes to put in the ground. And then also we'll get to read the depth we've gone to. Yes. So if we don't do that and we put in less pipe, your bore you may have future problems. Yes.
Now quickly, we are wrapping up. The packages you kept mentioning, package. My farmers are concerned when it comes to monetary issues. Give us average prices for the kind of boreholes you drill. And I'm dealing with farmers. So tell me, if you are to drill a borehole for, let's say, 10-acre farm, or 15 or 20-acre farm, or even 1-acre farm, how much are we looking at? You give me the package.
Okay, so for the package, we are looking at a unit, not the acre. Yeah, so a unit borehole is dependent on the site too. And then, like I said earlier, the type. So if you are looking at rock formation, rock formation many a time don't require a lot of pipes. So it can be around, let's say, 12,000 to 14,000. Or maybe 11,500. Yes. But then with the mud formation, it requires a lot of pipes. So that one, depending on the number of pipes, it could be around, let's say, 13,000 plus.
All right. So quick one. If I'm a client and I'm calling Navik to come and drill a borehole for me in my farm, what should I also look out for? What should I ask you? What are the questions I need to be asking for answers as a client?
So as a client, you need to find out from us whether we've drilled there before. Yeah, so you even throw our attention to us looking at our archives. Then you let us know that you also find out whether you have enough water and all that. So that will help us to take the first step of doing the 3D survey. 3D survey is exclusive of the amount I mentioned earlier, the package. So 3D survey, to dependent on the location, it can rate from 1,000 to, let's say, 15 or 2,000. That's the 3D survey. So after the 3D survey, when we are then we look at the drilling. After drilling, then we look at the water treatment. Water treatment, your parameters determine the type of treatment you have to give you. Yes, so because sometimes the treatment, you may need a bigger capacity of plant, which will require more money.
The treatment part. What are you saying? My water, there is salt in there. You said treatment. What are you treating?
So I'm treating the water in such a way that now when you go and test, or even test by mouth, you won't feel any salt. And I'm looking at the other parameters too. We are looking at the consumable quantity that is recommended by either World Health Organization or the FDA. So what we do is, when we treat your water, we bring it to that level or standard. It has to meet World Health Organization standard, Ghana, GSA, and then FDA.
All right. So the borehole you drill, I know it is for crops or vegetables or for my livestock. Can I also drink it?
It's dependent on the test.
The outcome of the test. Of the water, the clean water you get at the end of the day.
Because if there's so much iron, maybe after the water contains so much iron, I won't advise you to drink it. Yes, because it will be harmful to you.
But I can use it for any other thing.
You can use it for any other thing, but even with the iron, if the iron at a certain point, the iron will stain your WC and what have you, and even your pipelines. Yeah, so that's the main reason why we also add the test to the package.
So does any form of water I get from my borehole also can it also destroy my crops?
Yeah, it can, because maybe there may be some crops that may not
like too much
chloride or some element, and then you didn't really do much research on it and you use it to water, you may be harming your crops. Maybe
Hey,
destroying your crops
I
instead
see.
of you giving them the best.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. So all of this, whether it is good for watering your crops or it is good for drinking or whatever it is the test result from the lab that would give you a final report on what you can use that water you are drilling for. My name is Enyonam, and standing next to me is Jude. He's a team member from Navik Company Limited. Your number and your social media handles, quickly.
Okay, our numbers are 050-152-3887, 050-152-3889, and then our social media handle, Navik CL,
Okay.
or Navik Company Limited.
And you are in Accra?
We are in Accra.
Ghana.
Yes, please.
All right.
Behind Bubuashi.
Okay, that's all you have, all the tips, because I've got a lot of my friends who are drilling borehole and are having challenges with our borehole they drill at the end of the day. So he's giving you all the necessary information, the tips that you need to know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.